A computer is an electronic device that can process information or data. You can use a computer to type documents, play games, send email, and use the internet. In this class, you will learn many different uses of computers and how they can benefit your life. There are two things that all computers have in common: hardware and software. Hardware is any part of your computer that you can physically touch, such as a keyboard or mouse. It also includes the internal parts of your computer, such as the motherboard in the pictures below. Software is any part of a computer that you cannot physically touch, meaning programs that exist only on the computer. Web browsers, video games, and other computer programs are examples of software that run on your computer. There are three types of computer hardware: input devices, output devices, internal devices. Click to the next slide to learn more about each type of hardware. Do you know the difference between software and hardware? An easy way to remember is that hardware is something that you can physically touch, and software is a computer program that is installed on the hardware. Click on each image to learn more about that type of hardware. Input devices are things you use to input commands into a computer. Here are some examples. You click your mouse to control the computer. Keyboard. You type text into the computer. Game controller. When you play video games, you're inputting commands into the computer. Microphone. If you ever video chat with someone, you're inputting your voice into the computer. Are there any other input devices you can think of? Output devices are things that the computer uses to output information to you. Here are some examples. Screen. Your computer displays information for you here. Speakers. Your computer outputs the audio from a speaker. Printer. Your computer outputs the document you want to print. Are there any other output devices you can think of? Internal devices are things that make the computer run. Here are some examples. Motherboard. Acts as a central hub that connects everything in your computer. Central Processing Unit, or CPU. The CPU is the computer's brain. It's the one that does all the computing and processing. Random Access Memory, RAM. RAM is the computer's short-term memory. It keeps your current programs running until you close them. Hard drive. This is your computer's long-term memory. If you save a picture on your computer, it's stored on the hard drive. Graphics Processing Unit, or GPU. This is a processor specifically dedicated to your computer's graphics. There are many more types of internal devices, but these are the most important ones to know about. Many different types of computers. The most common type of computer is the mobile computer, such as a cell phone or tablet. In the business or professional world, desktops and laptops are very commonly used. You're probably using one of these right now to take this class. Click on each icon below for more information. Desktop computers are designed to be used at one place, such as home or work. They cannot be easily moved between locations. Desktop computers typically include a large tower that holds all the hardware. This connects to a monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Laptop computers are a smaller, more compact version of desktop computers. They are battery-powered and much lighter, which allows you to use them almost anywhere. Tablets and phones are handheld computers that are even lighter than laptops. While desktop and laptop computers have hardware such as a keyboard and a mouse, smartphones and tablets are almost all software. The touch-sensitive screen is hardware that allows you to use the device. One of the most famous and popular and early computers was the Commodore 64. It was released in 1982 and sold about 17 million units across the world. The computer had 64 kilobytes of RAM. To put that in perspective, the iPhone 11 has 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is about 4,194,304 kilobytes. It would take over 65,000 Commodore 64 computers to get the same amount of RAM as an iPhone 11. All computers need a software called an operating system to run. There are three main types of operating systems: Windows, Macintosh, and Linux. Click on each logo below to learn more about the three operating systems. Microsoft was founded by Bill Gates in the 1980s. Their original product was the Windows operating system, which they sold to the computer manufacturers. There have been many different versions of Windows, but the most recent version is the Windows 10. Most new computers come preloaded with Windows 10, and this has made Windows the most popular operating system in the world. Apple was founded around the same time as Microsoft. Their operating system is called Mac OS and comes pre-installed on all Apple computers. Apple computers get their nickname Macs because they run the Mac OS operating system. Linux is the term for a family of operating systems such as Debian, Fedora, Ubuntu, and Kali. Linux operating systems are open source, which means that it's publicly available for anyone to use, study, change, or distribute the software. There's not one single company that sells Linux. It's developed by thousands of people around the world who want to contribute for free. Tux the Penguin is the mascot of Linux. Computers work when hardware and software work together. A computer cannot exist without both. For example, right now, you're viewing this lesson in a web browser, which is a software running on your computer. In order to click through each different slide, you're using your computer mouse, which is hardware. Without that combination, your computer would be useless. If you're viewing this on a tablet, then the hardware is the touchscreen you're using to navigate. These next few slides will allow you to check what you know about software and hardware. A computer-related item will be shown and you'll be asked if it's software or hardware. This is RAM. Is it software or hardware? This is Google Chrome, a common web browser. Is it software or hardware? This is a computer motherboard. Is it software or hardware? Is Adobe Photoshop software or hardware? Now that you understand the basics of computer hardware and software, it's time to learn about how computers think. You've probably heard a lot about how smart computers are. The truth is, computers are not smart at all. When you ask a computer a simple question, it will usually take a very complex method to answer you. For example, if you asked a computer for the definition of crocodile, it might start at the beginning of the dictionary and search through every word until it finds crocodile. It would start at aardvark and go through every single word in the dictionary until it gets to crocodile. As you can probably tell, this isn't a very efficient way of doing things. While computers are not very smart, the reason we use them is because they're extremely fast. They may not be very efficient at solving a problem, but they're so fast it doesn't matter. Even though a computer is using a very inefficient method to find the definition of crocodile, it can still find it much faster than a human can. These methods that computers use to solve problems are called algorithms. Computers use algorithms to solve problems, and they can do it much faster than humans can. In the next few slides, you're going to learn what algorithms are and how computers use them to solve problems quickly. Is a step-by-step process you follow to complete a task. Algorithms are not just for computers. They can be applied to any task we do in a normal day. You use algorithms every day, many times per day. Can you think of a step-by-step process you followed this morning when you woke up? What did you do to get ready for the day? There's a process that most people follow when they wake up in the morning. If our task is to get ready for the day, what algorithm do we follow to accomplish this task? Here's one example of an algorithm. Wake up, brush teeth, shower, get dressed, eat breakfast. Everyone follows some version of this algorithm that helps them get ready for the day. Click on each icon to see how algorithms can be used to complete common tasks that you do every day. What steps do you follow when watching a movie? Turn on the TV, choose the method of watching, find the movie you want, click play. What steps do you follow when cooking food? In this case, the algorithm is laid out for you in the cookbook. Every time you follow a recipe, you're actually following an algorithm. Every time you follow the specific algorithm, you will end up with the same food. What steps need to be taken to drive home? Unlock the car, get in your seat, buckle your seatbelt, turn on the car, drive home. What steps need to be taken to clean your laundry? Put dirty clothes in the hamper, carry hamper to the laundry room, separate whites and darks, wash clothes, dry clothes, fold clothes, put clothes away. Looking at words in a dictionary is a process that is very important to use algorithms. We'll get into more details in the next lesson, but for now, think of a good algorithm you can use to find a word in the dictionary. Do you play an instrument? If so, what are the steps you follow to learn a new song? From the last slide, there are many different ways you use algorithms in your daily life. In the next few slides, you'll start using algorithms on your own to solve common problems you might face. You'll come up with an algorithm to find a word in the dictionary, solve a maze, and play common logic math games. Find the word kerfuffle in the dictionary. Which of the following algorithms is the most efficient? Start on page 1 and go page by page until I find kerfuffle. Open a random page of the dictionary and check for the word kerfuffle. If it's not there, open another random page until I find it. Search for the K section in the dictionary, then the KE section, then the KER section until I find the word.